Well, let me show you where we're at and a few things that happened today while I'm waiting for Tiffany to show up to help me lift these walls. I tried, and that'll be the last time that I'll try because it's just a little too much. The last thing I want is a hernia. This 2x6 lumber is just extremely heavy. So I did get this wall completed and up today. It's the first one. We had a notch out for some plumbing, so I'll show you that there and explain what you have to do. So this is a hot and cold line that runs through the house. We're putting a on-demand hot water heater here. That's why the plumber has it out here for us. So I did have to notch out, and the one thing the inspector said that he recommends that I do anytime I kind of notch out like that, I'm probably going to put a metal strap from here to here so you can't actually drill in to the PVC itself, and it kind of help hold the plate together, although I have tighten anchors that'll keep the plate from separating. And that's called nail guard or something like that. So imagine a lot of houses, they'll actually drill a hole through the timber here, run PVC or electrical through. A lot of times they will put that metal strap right here that's designed to screw in. So whenever you're running sheetrock or whatever else in the house, you won't actually just easily drill into the wood. You can tell, hey, something's there. I do not need to put a screw there, because if you screw right on into the wall, guess what? It goes straight into your plumbing, ruins everything, straight into your electrical. You can have issues. So I will wind up strapping right there to kind of help hold everything together and make that nail guard, so to speak. Now, whenever we get over here to much larger plumbing, I may actually cut the bottom plate itself, say here and here, and have a completely separated bottom plate. The inspector said if I do that, I need to put a tighten anchor on either side, as well as put a strap or something across so you can't actually drill into that. Say for example, outside, if we were putting hardy board siding up here or sheathing or whatever, you wouldn't want to shoot and get into your plumbing there. So I will put kind of a nail strap down there, because where the base plate is where you'll be trying to target to shoot screws and nails in to hold your sheathing and whatever type of siding you put on. So we'll cross that road when we get there. We're actually going to be starting on this wall on the next episode. It'll have a window in it. This one will have our first door. This one will have a window in it, plus that plumbing. So these walls are definitely going to go slower. This one also have a odd window in it for the bathroom, and then that one will have a door. So every single wall over here is going to have something going on, and it will slow us down. So why does this wall look like this? According to the plans, our attic actually carries out to this point right here. So I had to build a little short stub wall, this 8-footer, to where I can put my attic rafters up here and bring them across. So technically, once this wall has stood up, the living room, there'll be a wall up here, and then the ceiling, we have a false ceiling that drops down to 8 feet, and you're looking at attic space. So once these get raised up here in just a little bit, I'm excited to show them. It's going to give us our first look at what a 12-foot wall looks like. That's going to make this living room right here feel really big and open. So as a lot of people caught in the last couple of episodes, I do have my plate sealer down. It's that foam kind of weather stripping that'll seal out moisture, bugs, and air leaks. So that is on, ready to go, ready to stand up. Just waiting on that help to show up so we can get these walls knocked out and completed.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so my help has showed up along with the inspector, the crumb inspector.
Where do you want me? Right here on the waterfront?
Yeah, it ain't gonna make a difference. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, ready? Pushing up. So one thing a viewer asked me to talk about, and he brought up a really good point, is crowning your studs. This is something I've done for a long time. I'm that guy that you walk in the big box store and I'm sitting there flipping every piece of lumber over, checking to see the bow or the crown in it, how bad it is. And I'm not getting it if it's too bad. I do the same thing for the walls. That's very common to do. But typically I do it whenever I'm pulling the lumber off the stack. I figure out which side the crown or bow goes to, and I bring every single board up to the sawhorses that way, take them off the sawhorse, cut them, and bring them over the same way. But today I was flipping them on the ground so y'all could see exactly what I'm doing. So what it means to crown your walls. So if a board, let's just face it, most lumber nowadays has got some crook or some bow to it. So if you were to take a board that's bowed like this and put it this direction on the wall, then take another one that's bowed and put it this direction on the wall, now you have just created a wavy wall. So what it means to crown your wall is to put all the bows in the same direction, one way or the other. I have been crowning to the outside. I don't know which way is right or wrong, but I figured inside, with us having some stained lumber on it, different paint color choices, it may be easier to pick up on the eye if you have a wall that's crowned to the inside. So I tend to crown everything outside, but ultimately what I try to do is find the straightest lumber I can for the wall. And I am very pleased to say the majority of that lumber that I went up to Georgia and bought has been unbelievably straight. I think I've only pulled 2 pieces out that were bad enough that I'm going to save for later, that I'll cut short sections out of for blocking or something else. You can still take a very crooked piece of lumber and get some use out of it if you can use it cutting down. But like I said, somebody asked me to talk about crowning. That's what it is. You want to make sure you get all the bows in the same direction, either inside or out, so you don't wind up with a wall doing that number right there. All right, well, we made some really good progress today. Got this whole wall completed here, and that finished out the end of what will be our pantry right here. And then the tall wall starts the living room. So we got our first 12 footers up. In the future, we'll figure out how to trim those to the roof. There's only a small gap on the other side. We're gonna fill that in probably with some 2x material so we can sheathe up to the roof on the outside. Well, we may block in, we may not, depending on how soft it's gonna be ran. And then we got to close up a little bit of that gap, so whenever we run tongue and groove pine down from the ceiling in the living room, we don't have a huge gap to fill there. I think that's going to be relatively easy looking at it now. But everything's done. Just a quick recap. All the walls are 1/2-inch tightened anchor bolted into the ground per plan. We have the side plates here on the walls are 3/8 lag bolt into the 6x6s. That's something I requested there, as well as nailed in. So should be a nice, really strong structure. We have the seal plate seal underneath to seal out the moisture, the bugs, and make it a little more efficient. Stop the air leaks. I know that was a big concern on a lot of people's minds there. We got that caught, and we're going to do it the correct way from here on out. So we're getting there. I may block these walls out later. I'm going to kind of eyeball them. I'm going to have to do some blocking somewhere in there for sheathing maybe. Plus I like to block long runs of 2x6s like this to just really make them structurally sound, but we'll kind of eyeball and figure all that out a little bit later. So next we're going to skip the big balloon frame wall here because I'm still looking at the custom design windows and things. We're going to jump over to this side, and like I explained earlier, every single wall over here is going to have some sort of door or window in it, headers to build, all kinds of stuff there. So it'll be slower going on this side. So we'll give you a quick look from the outside. It's starting to look like a house now. Looks different. It'll really look like something once we get the attic 2x8s up there and build our little short stub wall and really close this all in. But we're getting there, one step closer. All right, as y'all seen and heard today, we had the contractors back working on the roof. It is almost complete. They still got another day tomorrow, and then I'll get that video edited out and show you all the roof. So it's really starting to look like a house now. It's coming along. I've got to go do some running around picking up windows and other things before I fully commit to framing that other side. I want to have everything on hand. So there could be a small delay in some house building videos, but we got garden stuff to do around here. Been working on some fire pits and fire rings for customers. Been knocking out other things behind the scenes. We're going to get some videos out for some of that stuff too. Then we'll jump right back on raising walls up around here. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. Again, as I always say, I'd love to hear your constructive criticism if there's something that you think I need to be doing a little differently. Catch you on the next video.